Virtual reality. It's been out there for some time in the consumer world, in the business world, and even in the classroom environments for a few years now. Augmented reality has been arguably the addition or the evolution of that, and wanted to touch base on what the differences are between the two, and most importantly, where they fit in the curriculum. So with virtual reality, starting off, the idea is your just difference between VR versus AR. With VR, you're putting on a headset, you're experiencing a completely different world. You're being transported to either a 360 video or a 360 photo of a content via Google Expeditions, for example, or you're putting on a tethered headset with actual, individual controllers that you're then doing some sort of manipulation. You're using Google Tilt Brush, for example, or blocks, and you're creating a different environment that's being powered by a high-end Windows machine. So those are the things that have been in virtual reality for a bit now. But with augmented reality, you're taking that sort of experience and you're flipping it a bit, where you're taking that environment, instead of traveling to another world, you're taking aspects of that world and you're putting them real time in your space, whether you're putting them on a tabletop or, again, even, believe it or not, Snapchat is using augmented reality to enhance our features and change things around as far as our face is concerned and render things real time. It's the hardware that makes that possible, along with the applications that you can find and that you can use. If you can tie them into your curriculum, now you've got something that the kids are interacting with, they're experiencing, and it's just further reinforcing whatever that lesson plan might be if you can add VR or AR into the mix. But again, with VR, what we've seen the evolution of over the past few years was originally something through Google called Cardboard, where again you would take an individual shell for a VR device, if you will, and you drop a dedicated phone, whether it would be Android or iOS, into that would be able to support that, and you'd run an app like Google Expeditions, for example. And Expeditions, again, is a 360 image of a virtual field trip that the teacher can actually decide on where the students would go. They use a local network to be able to all go on the same trip and experience the same thing together. And then ultimately the teacher has the ability to read out content and call out content within the 360 image that the students are seeing, so they can all be on the same page and all experience the same environment at the same time. Again, difference with augmented reality is that's out there now as well, but you're taking that same type of device, if it supports augmented reality, and you're pointing it at a specific QR code, whether this is printed out on a piece on the floor, you're scanning it, and then you're seeing this augmented reality, this asset come up in front of you. So ultimately, the difference with that and what you're looking for is a device that would support what's known as, on the Android side or Chrome side, AR Core. And with Apple, you're looking for AR Kit. If that hardware supports that, there's a good chance you're going to be able to run something like Expeditions AR and have this content come up in front of you, based around the curated curriculums that are out there with that Expeditions app, for example. And at this point, there's hundreds and hundreds of different field trips and more than 100 different AR assets that you can grab as well, based around certain curriculums. So again, it's all there. But ultimately, the idea is, in the end, it's very similar to back in the day when you used to wheel in the TV with a VHS and the kids would watch a video for part of the class. This is that evolution of that, and the idea that you're now experiencing this differently and absorbing the content differently in a way that's more impactful for them, that you can just further build out your lesson plan. So ultimately, in the end, whether it's virtual or augmented, the reality is this is very impactful for schools, very helpful for the curriculums, very helpful for the teachers to be able to further bolster the lesson plan. And if you're interested, please speak with your IT professional as soon as you can to figure out what makes sense for your classroom. Thank you.